Rick, the most common question you ever get asked is,
does the film go on the inside or the...
I've yet to ride in Rick's GTR. We're back in Cactus Tint here with Rick. You guys loved last time. We're doing something a little different and Rick's gonna walk us through exactly what we're doing on the Bronco. Rick, welcome back. They loved you on YouTube.
I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here, so welcome back.
You're still in Scottsdale, Arizona. Come visit. What's the plan for today?
So this is a little different than last time. Last time it was more of aesthetics on the Mustang. This more is for performance on the Bronco. When you came into me, you were discussing what's gonna look good and what's gonna work good without compromising your night driving. And so we're gonna steer you in a different direction. It's called Spectra Photo Sync. It's the best performing film on the market today. It blocks 99% of the infrared heat, 99% UVA, UVB, and has a factory look, all with being legal too. So it kind of checks all the boxes. I'd give you the run through if you want to check that out. Go to the other video for performance tips or whatever, or come by our shop, we can show you. Cut to the chase. Basically, we've gone through all these before, but on this film right here, this is the 30%. This is the one we're gonna run on the front doors of the Bronco. It's legal on the fronts. This film blocks pretty much everything you feel. Unless you physically touch the window when it's 115 outside, you're not feeling the heat through it. You could have your arm on your door panel and run it and be like, wow, it's remarkable. I've actually driven across the desert, 120 degree heat, and I didn't feel any heat through it until I opened my window and I was like, holy moly, it's hot. I'm curious to know what Cameron thinks about this when it's done, so he can compare what the other film was to what he has now, because the other film he had was no joke, but hands down, this film trumps it. If you have any questions, reach out to us here at Cactus Tint. As far as aesthetics, okay, so a lot of people come in and they're worried about how the film performs. It's usually the first and foremost. We do have those clients that come in and they're worried about aesthetics. So between like a 3M crystalline product, which you can see has like a tannish hue to it, it doesn't look like factory privacy tint as much as like, let's say a charcoal film will. This film is designed to match factory tint very well. In fact, there's a 15%, which we don't have on display, but we offer it. It wouldn't be legal for the front doors, but we use it a lot to match factory tint. It looks really good to match the front to the back on, let's say, an F-150, or like your truck on your Bronco, if we decided to do, you know, the backs as well, which we don't have the top on the vehicle today to do that. But if you wanted to make it all match, we could do the back windows with the 30 and then the fronts with 15 and make it for show only or off-road use only, but it looks really, really good. Down a little bit and you can get that wall. You can really see how complementary the film is.
Yeah, the shade looks the same. Yeah,
the hue, the color, it's slightly lighter, but it has a similar color tone. So the film's designed to complement the factory privacy tint. Like this car is factory tinted glass in the back.
Yep.
We didn't touch it.
This is the
front
new.
Two doors, and we tinted the windshield, very light, just for heat, which will also kind of make the front doors flow better to the front and to the back.
Yeah, it just looks super sleek.
Yeah, windshield tint is all about heat. It's not about dark. You don't want to do your windshield dark and risk getting pulled over for it or have any issues with that. So if you do it very light, it keeps the heat, infrared heat, UVs all together off, protecting your interior without using those stupid sunshades that everyone hates to use. So it's a wonderful thing to do. It's also, to me, it's safer. You know, if you have any kind of object that flies through your windshield, you have a laminate that's built into the windshield, but this also will give you an added coat of protection as well. So hey, safety first, comfort first, you know, it's how you do it.
If it's on your mind of dropping your car off somewhere and letting someone else have it for a bit and that makes you uneasy, I have a little message for you at the end.
on how the PPF has been for taking care of it.
Okay, so this is crazy. So drive-through car wash at home, every time it sits in the sun after, the paint looks perfectly flat. No micro scratches, marring. It just looks like it's like fresh paint all the time. It's the most satisfying thing when you see like a reflection like angle off of it. It's been so fun to like experience, and it's just like, I spend the least amount of time washing this with any vehicle I've ever had.
The reason it does that is because it's a top-coated self-healing urethane is what it is. So when you see it in the sun's reflecting off of it, when the sun's at a low angle especially, so like morning time or late afternoon, the sun's lower and you'll see like where you normally would see like cobweb scratches, or if you go through a lot of car washes and you get massive amounts of scratching, this film's not gonna show it because it's healing. You could do a test on this if you want. Grab a wire brush, sounds crazy, scratch it, and then park it in the sun so the sun's on that part, and you'll watch it go away. Or you want to see something faster, grab a heat gun or a hairdryer, hit it. You don't have to like massively heat it, and you watch it disappear. It's remarkable. So the whole idea with this is to make your life easier. You know, for you to actually put ceramic coating on it would even make it even better. And they sell a product called Fusion. It's made by Expel, and it's like 250 bucks, and you can put it on yourself if you wanted to, and they would make it even repel all the other elements on top of it. Highly recommend that too.
I think the biggest thing is you get to enjoy it, but more importantly, the resale value of your car when the paint is like in 100% condition. Can't beat that.
It's the first thing people look at when you go to buy a car from somebody, like look at how many rock chips are on it or how they take care of the car. If someone spends the money and does a paint protection film like we did on yours, they see that you take care of your car. So it's a selling point in itself. You may not get more money, but you might get more of your asking price if you do that. A couple of important tips or install things that we do here a little differently. First of all, the door does go up and down when you open and close the door. It air seals so it doesn't make noise or whatever. But if you don't go below this belt molding right here, so if the film's not shoehorned below it, over time, because the window goes up and down when you open and close the door, it's gonna catch and could peel. So you gotta go below that, first of all. And then second of all, what we do is we oversize the pattern. So a lot of guys they'll use a computer pattern for this and they leave a gap around it. No two pieces of glass are the same, believe it or not. So by oversizing the pattern and then shaving the film off, it just looks like we dipped your window in like dipped it. It's a nice finishing factor. You know, frameless windows, there's nothing to hit it or to block us from doing it to the edge, so that's why we do it that way. We didn't cover the door panel on this, it's plastic. There's nothing to soak up the moisture. If this had been leather or Alcantara or whatever, we of course cover everything here. So if we needed to cover it, we would cover it. But because this is like weatherproof, this car is made to be rained on. So I mean, I'm not saying park it in the rain, but if you had to, or if it happens, it's okay. This car can handle it. This is a gigantic microfiber towel. We get this from Soak Shield. It's a company that helped us we didn't come up with this, but we kind of talked to this guy initially. These are microfiber ropes, and what he's doing is he's putting it into the bottom to catch as much moisture as possible on like the windshield. So we cover everything. We cover all the AC, defroster vents, any stereo stuff. We're trying to prevent the water from going anywhere to damage anything. And the same thing applies to doors. So when doors come in and they're leather or there's electronics or whatever, we'll cover everything with these Soak Shields to try and prevent any damage. So yes, it's very important that we cover stuff. I don't want to buy you a door panel. Some of these door panels can be $2,000, $3,000 each, and I'm not in business to buy door panels for people. But you can see it's pretty extensive how we cover everything. Even the seats are covered. We use our own seat covers here so that we're not touching people's seats or damaging them with our pants or whatever. We just try and take precautions as much as possible.
Rick, the most common question you ever get asked is,
does the film go on the inside or the outside?
And the answer is?
Inside. Yes, inside. Outside won't last very long. It's a good idea in theory, but terrible idea in reality.
Second question, what's the longest you've ever waited for someone to choose what percentage of film they want, how dark they want it? They've stayed in your lobby and decided. How long?
It can be sometimes a couple hours, but I always recommend people come by first, kind of chew on it, so they're not sitting there going, oh, how dark. Because I'm gonna make you pick the shade. You have to pick it. You have to own the shade. Because if it's too dark or too light, you can't be like, hey, window tinter guy, like it's your fault. I can't see at night. Well, I can't see through your eyes, so you have to pick. When can I roll my windows down? Oh. I've had people wait like a month before they roll their windows down. And I'm like, one day, we ask you one day not to roll your windows down after we do it. And even if you do, we're confident nothing's gonna happen, but one day is just to give the film proper curing time at least.
I made a mistake. I was taking the roof rack off, a piece of metal, flip this. I can live with that. I don't think it's worth redoing, but I'm like, should we take heat to it, press it down?
Once you compromise the top coat of PPF, it won't self-heal. We can try and lighten it up. One thing cool though, if you notice, your paint isn't damaged.
That's what I was like. I went, oh, and then I was like, wait, I have clear bra. And I was like, I didn't just take it down to primer.
Realistic expectation, what this film will do for you. So it'll protect your paint to a certain extent. I've literally had people hit stucco on their garages and have stucco stuck in their clear bra and it saved their paint. So if it's doing that, even if you have to redo the clear bra,
way cheaper than the paint.
Yeah, and better because you want your factory paint to still be there. So we'll try and heat that.
I'm like the type of guy that believes that everything has to have the first one scratch and then it won't happen again.
Yeah.
Because if you get lucky and go forever, it's just gonna happen.
Do you know that superstition is that you, when you first get a new car, you should scratch it, get it out of the way.
It's like moto guys, do they do this with bicycles?
Scratch your helmet.
Drop your helmet.
Yeah, you scratch your helmet. You're supposed to. That's for real. So we're just gonna see if we can make the silver part look less silver.
Doubt it.
I doubt it too, but we can, you know, how will we know unless we try? Yeah, I think it's kind of...
It hit it hard too. I was shocked that it didn't do more. I was so excited that it was like not trashed. I mentioned earlier in the video that if you're looking for somewhere you can trust to take your vehicle, I have a hard time with myself with that. And I just want to let you know that Rick, when I was at my lowest lows when I moved to Phoenix, I was knocking door to door trying to do video work for companies because that was my specialty at the time, and I was a freelance videographer, filmer, and helping people with their social media before I did it for myself. And I got no's all day for a couple days. I went down Rick Street and he was the only person that said yes. He was passionate about what he did. He was excited. He cares about his customers and what his people. And we built a friendship that I know will last a lifetime. And he's invested in the channel himself. That you'll see how that plays out coming soon. With all that being said, this is somewhere you can take your car and trust because Rick is excited. He wants to take care of people's cars and he wants to service you and make your car look awesome. So if you have a really high-end car or it's a car that you really care about and you have a hard time trusting people, I've met the whole team, Rick, everyone will take care of you. It's great. And it's a nice part of town. So that's that. You have my word that you don't have to worry about anything. And I've seen a lot of shops that you have to worry about them driving your car around. I've never seen that happen. Rick's got nice cars himself, fast cars. He's already experienced all that. His team obviously doesn't drive him around. Doesn't even leave the property. So I know that might be on some viewers' minds, and I can give you the stamp of approval because I am so worried about someone doing something to my car when I drop it off. So hope that helps. Tint, check. Learn everything we can about clear bra. That's in this video right here, or paint protection film. I gotta stop calling it clear bra. Check it out here at Cactus Tint. Rick walks us through, satisfying process, and it makes his paint look really, really good.